Snack crate, the best gift ever. Do you voice for your dogs? And you're too dumb to hide shit. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations.
Truthers, motherfucker. Too dumb to hide shit. I know, can't wait to get to that one. What was the first one? Snack crate. Hey, hi, how are you? Good day? Tell me about the snack crate.
Hi, Aim. How are you?
I really am curious about the snack crate. Was it as salty and as sweet as you anticipated? And wait a minute.
Yes.
Why are you eating the snack crate? It wasn't sent to you. But eyeballs. It was sent to your daughter.
Okay. So, dear listener, welcome. I hope you had a great week and that you're all caught up on our kind of crazy and ready to start a whole new week with us, or Thursday for that matter. Amy's getting sneaky and she's dropping it Wednesday nights. I see you, Amy. I see what you're doing.
I see you.
So for those of you who do still work for the post office and have a shift you need to get to at some bizarre hour of the morning, whatever your hour, you have our podcast.
Bless him.
I don't like giving plugs for people because nobody pays us. And I think that's just what you're supposed to do to get a plug. So I usually don't want to say this is great, but we did snack crate. And the first crate was from Germany. Oh. And you're thinking, okay. Germans are known for...
This is rock. Treat like candy. Germans are known for their Russian accent. Is what I just
for fighting Rocky. And which Rocky was that?
How do Germans talk? Tell me why can't I think of a German talk? What's a German dialect? Why can't you? I asked the Jew. I can't even call it up. Oh, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though he's from Austria. I'm fast to learn.
So I've learned that the Germans know how to snack. I mean, they're very bizarre in some respect, but boy, do they know how to snack.
Was it like sausage meats? What did they snack on?
That would be horrifying, wouldn't it?
I think.
Wouldn't it, though? So. Because they're sending you a quarterly crate or a monthly crate that you want. There was one snack in it that had like meat and cheese in what looks like a pocket.
Meat and cheese gonna scurry
in a pocket.
That's super.
Yeah,
you
so
don't want that in
nobody
your pocket.
touched that one. What I thought was interesting was they had a nice selection of gummy things, but one of them was like a volcano that erupted when you bit into it, like that old Freshen Up gum.
The Spoogie gummy. Yeah, Haribo is a German company, are they not?
They are, and I did not know that.
Yes, Haribo.
So we got several. We got
the gold gums.
Yes, we got several of those, but and Nutella. There were several Nutella items in there.
Nice.
Chips and chocolate and Nutella. Gonna love it. It was really very cool. And why? Why do I know? I chose the largest of the crates because we are a snacking family. And although this is my daughter's birthday present, yo, bitch, you got to learn to share. Like you got to share, or I'll get you the small one next time and it can be just you.
I still don't believe that you guys are a snacking family. I really don't. I'm not. You can make the Zoinks eyeballs and the Aruga with the things in the cartoon. You're not, though.
We love to snack.
Not.
We would do it.
But do you? Yeah, okay. But here's how I can get around this one, gang. Do you not actually eat meals? So are you because you don't have unless you're going on a car trip, you're not carrying around a pocket of something in your purse.
It's so funny that you say that because tomorrow we're going on a car trip.
That's why it's top of mind.
And our whole house.
You're not a snack cracker. You're not a crazy.
Oh, we'll try every cheese. We'll do every snack, every chip we'll try. Stuart just bought fried cauliflower chips.
Yeah, that's you're making my point for me. You're not a snacking family.
And I said, where are the cheese curls? Like that?
Yeah, I have also seen this man eat a bag of Funyuns. So
we did get
back up
Funyuns
on your cauliflower keto.
Yeah,
but no, yeah.
For the
and
Beach for the beach. We have the king size, whatever the Costco size bag of Funyuns is. That's what's coming down there with us.
Wow. Okay.
We like what we like.
I do. I know it. And your snack game is strong. I will admit, when you consent to snack, get out of the way, bitches, because this one's got a plan. She knows all about it. She's done it in advance. Several bags. You got reinforcements. Your snack game is strong. But I think of that. You're an occasion snacker.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think of you as snacking as a lifestyle.
No,
right?
no, not every day. Because
That's what when you say like we're big snackers. That's sort of like I put that in a totally different thought. This is sort of like an occasional hobby.
Yes, I dabble in the snacks.
That's right. I dabble in snacking. So my interests are snacks.
Oh, you know what? I wish I could put that on a resume. I'm going to get a job again soon, and snacking should be...
Hey, we're going to divert for a second. I was in a meeting today with other adults in actual live person. It's so weird to have these things happen. But that has nothing to do with just because, the chit chat before the meeting is very different when you're in the old fashioned room with people looking at each other.
Right.
And one of them pipes up and says, yeah, my brain, I'm so fried. I'm scrambling because in 2 days have to turn in the transcript, or maybe it's today. No, today have to turn in the transcript to get the college application in time for the early application.
I'm going to vomit.
It's due. So I'm asking, is there any chance in holy hell and God's green earth that you have things going out by the absolute earliest submission deadline, which is
tomorrow,
the 15th of the month? Say no.
The answer,
nobody does that.
The answer is we could, but we do not.
Yay! We focus on the snacking.
We prepped everything. We got priorities, bitches. We prepped everything. Everything's written. All of those Twitter answers for those bizarre questions, like last Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, so everything's ready to go. So when we return home, we've given ourselves a week to make them pretty, to go over every line by line, and to redo it and send it out. But yeah, it's going out before he starts school.
Yeah, okay. So it's absolutely very close to the, I don't know what the 15th is, the deadline or the first available.
Well, some of them didn't drop their essays till the 1st of August.
I think that's when it happens. We have only done this once and inexpertly, but it's my understanding that whenever you think about how do we plan, how do we prepare, you're always looking on old data. You're looking on, this was from last year, this is popular, this always tends to show up, and then the real ones will come out on boop, and I remembered it being the 1st.
And they're all the same as last year, by the way, except for the supplemental of, how has the coronavirus fucked your life?
Yeah, I don't think they stray too far in terms of, let me give you this softball so you can tell me some shit and I can figure out if I want you. I mean, at a certain point, you got to cover the basics.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Are you wearing a T-shirt that I sent you?
I'm wearing a T-shirt that you sent me. Thank you so much.
I love it.
And I'm so interested in buying all the T-shirts now. You really have done me such a poor friend service. Because every time I see it, my finger starts to go click by click. And I'm like, wait. This is connected to your account, Amy. You're not authorized. You've just been incited to do something that you really do not have the authority to do. So I'm super having fun with the T-shirts. And I am learning too. This was another thing that was strange about having this known to all of us meeting planned in advance. We had enough time to prep for it, blah, blah, blah.
Everybody was masked?
Everybody was, well, no, not to the degree that they should be. I am so strict. I put on the mask, and as soon as it goes on, I don't take it off. When I'm in a meeting, I'm not drinking. It doesn't come off for any reason. So on occasion, the person at the other end of the room from the rest of us who was talking and speaking and doing this sort of thing would take it down from time to time to talk. And, people were dropping them like it's hot, dropping them to have a sip of coffee, dropping them to do water, putting them below the nose just because I just need some extra, COVID in my face, whatever it is. So people were just doing that. And that's honestly, I didn't feel like it was too egregious. It was a 2 hour and 8 minute meeting. So we were in there a bit, but we were all of us, 2 office chairs, this big conference room. So we had 2 chairs in between each of us, and it is what it is. You go out into the supermarket, you're going to encounter this. You go out into the world, you're going to encounter the same kind of things. It's not like I sat there the whole time feeling like my life is at risk. I've got to leave. I can't. I'm sweating. It wasn't that at all. I was focused on the meeting, and it was a very productive meeting, and I'm glad it's done and it ended in my favor. But I'm just trying to say,
those are my favorite meetings.
In addition to what was so weird about it is not really having anything to wear, because I'm super different size than I used to be. The weather can't really get its act together. It doesn't know what it's doing. So we're in that time of the season for love.
Like time.
We're in that time of the season where you could wake up in the morning and it could be 107 degrees or it could be 40. And you just don't know what you're going to get. The rain could come down in crazy buckets, which it did, but then stop, and now it's blazing hot. You're also in a conference room that is known to be super cold. So it was one of these like, and this was the kind of final ta-da meeting of a long-standing thing, which is another reason that we all need to gather to officially make sure that we have legally buttoned up all these things on this big project that had a government component, So we're in there doing all the things, ticking all the boxes. Great. Everything, smile. Love it, love it. So it's sort of, you want to be a little bit spiffed up beyond a normal meeting, but ain't nobody had a normal meeting in 2020. So spiffed up beyond a normal meeting is a T-shirt that my friend got me versus, right? Because that feels more spiffy than whatever you slept in last night.
And rolled out of bed and lived in
what you
all
normally
day.
wear for your Zoom. So it wasn't any of that. So I ended up, I felt silly, but I was like, fuck it. So I did the whole put on the dress, I treated it like if the meeting would have been in any normal time. And so it's not quite a suit, but a nice kind of a dilly-dally. So yeah, I'm in a T-shirt now. Done. It's Friday. I'm out.
It's Friday.
And that means that you are loading up the snack cart to do some food and bev service in I was going to call it a Tervis. What's that crazy car you have? The Tervis. What do you drive?
The Tervis. Isn't that a cup that you taught me about?
Yeah.
I drive
that Tesla.
We're taking the Rover as if driving a Tesla for several hours, stopping to charge, and then that's not enjoyable.
I don't know how that works. I thought the whole point of a Tesla was that they saved the planet, so you could go lots of places longer. But maybe that's really not for hours and hours driving. Who cares? Tell me about where you're going and when you leave and the rest of it. Yeah.
So since the last time I went to the beach, it was so successful. We're giving it another try.
Oh.
I am going to stay with. This time we're staying with family. My brother and sister-in-law, and they are at the Jersey Shore once again. So I am going to scream at my children, no, you can't go out with your friends. No, you can't go out with your friends for 5 days.
They're all going to laugh at you.
They're all going to laugh at you.
Kill you with COVID. They're all going to kill you with COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think about it, and I was out today. I went to go get whiskey that tastes like peanut butter. Have you heard of this?
Okay. Why is the first one I'm going to give you?
Well, I don't really love whiskey, but I love
I was ready. I was getting ready to load up. Spoken by someone who does not drink whiskey. Why are we getting whiskey? Is intended to taste like whiskey, or else drink something else. So what? Even vodka, even peanut butter vodka, even that is a little bit. I don't think I could get on board.
I really like my calories from food and not so much drink. But if you give me something that tastes like peanut butter.
What are you trying to say? That it was in peanut casks, of which there aren't things? How? What? Why? Who? And when? No.
I'll tell you, but only because I love you. Someone with whom I worked on a committee said we were sitting in one of those meetings with the superintendent, and it was on its third or almost fourth hour of talking about when to open, what to open for the kids and school and the nightmare that is coming our way. And I said, I do not know how you are staying awake, because her role was at the end of the meeting. And she said, I'll tell you, I just had, and she took a picture of this glass of this whiskey called Screwball.
And she was in her house, or you were all in an actual
We were
meeting?
all in our own homes and no video
well,
cameras.
Then that's fine. That's fine.
But it's a peanut butter whiskey.
All right. Well, I'll drink it. I mean, nothing's going to
That
hold me
doesn't
back
sound
from
good to
drinking
you?
something. No. Why? Whiskey is
Gross.
so far. No, well, it's so far away from peanut. From anything that I can think of. Brown liquor. If you're going to get involved in some brown liquor, you've already made some life choices. So let's just say you got to start there. Whiskey is different than bourbon. They're very sweet. They can go really smoky. Peanut is not in there.
Well, it's now.
It's not in there.
I'll let you know.
I don't get where the peanut. You would be closer to say something like it's jalapeno, it's habanero whiskey, because it's already kind of a harsh on the acidic. It can be, right? It just seems like peanut. Where is that coming from?
I'll let you know.
All right.
I'll let you know.
I'm gonna have to go. I like homework on this show. I'll go get myself some P-Ball whiskey.
Did you do homework for this episode?
Yes, you give. Yes, of course.
Is this
when
the
do I
hair
not do
training?
My work? Yes. When do I not do my work?
All right, you're up.
Hate that shit. Hate those stupid hair trainers. Dumb. Those people are dumb.
Okay, so hair training was for this week. For next week, it's Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah. Okay. It's weird whiskeys. Fine. Weird whiskeys of the world. The Weird Whiskey Club. Done. Brought to you by the Pennsylvania County PTA
of hair trainers.
Lordy. Oh my gosh. So hair is really, we've been doing a lot of talking about hair. I happened to, Facebook reminded me that in 2014, so this is the back in the ways, I posted a memory of a woman that I knew back in grad school. So even a back a ways from then, who was talking about getting pulled over by the police for no reason at all. And her mentor looked at her and said, it's your hair. If you don't want to get hassled, you need to change your hair. And I posted that because it made me really sad, because these were two high up, influential, smart women who didn't need to be hassled for any reason, least of all looks, and quite specifically for that, right? So even when I posted it, I left out the fact that I'm talking about two black women, and the one who was hassled wore her hair specifically in I'm a white girl, so I'm just guessing this is what it's called, like a tiny twist baby dreadlock, so that it was almost like every little section was like doink, doink, doink. And it kind of looked like a halo style crown. It was beautiful, but it was definitely in the dreadlock category, right? And the older woman, actually her professor, she's like, yeah, it's your hair. You don't get to wear it. You can't wear dreads. Sorry. And it made me so mad at the time. Then I posted it and people were like, I don't know. I don't get it, because I left out all the black stuff. I posted it again today because it came up. You know how Facebook says, let me remind you that you've used this service, so don't ever leave us, fucker.
Right. Let me remind you.
We know where you live.
And we have pictures of you when you were young.
Right. Yeah. So it came up and I thought, how is this still apropos? Because I've been taking note of a lot of people sporting some non-typically professional hair on TV lately. Right? And I thought, oh, okay, this is because there's a lot of talk about natural hair, wear your hair natural. And it's also resurfaced because of COVID, more so because in the same way that everybody of every race is saying, I got some gray hair because I can't get to the hairdresser. Surprise! You know, it's like, so if you are typically straightening out your hair professionally and you couldn't, now it's back to whatever God gave you, it's natural hair. So I still can't get over the fact that people are having to be in leadership positions to be pro and support hair. It's honestly, it's so strange and makes me so sad for people to be like, yeah, you can wear your hair any way you want. Why do we need to say this? But you still do. Anyway, I know you were looking at me like, where are you going with this? I don't know where I'm going with it.
Did you research training your hair?
Yes, I did. I still don't like it.
Okay,
that's why
fair
I started
enough.
talking about the other thing.
Fair enough.
I think it's weird and creepy, and it doesn't work for my hair.
All right. I highly recommend Snack Crate. Do it. While I was...
Did you research hair training? Your hair doesn't look greasy, oil slicked.
It probably is, as I've already worked out twice today. Wah, wah,
Why?
wah.
Why? Who hurt you? What are you doing?
You know who hurt me, and as of tomorrow, I can't work out for like 6 days.
That's good.
Not in the way.
You are to be lauded, and also Packet's not great.
Yes. So tomorrow we're also going to the Amish market to stock up for this trip. Because there's no point in bringing a pallet or two of donuts to down there that are day old. So I couldn't go today.
So when does Dark and Veiny arrive at the house? That's what I want to know.
That's like Monday, Tuesday, and we come back Thursday.
That makes me a little bit crazy. It makes me a little bit nervy crazy. You're just gonna say, hey, here's the keys, guys. I hope you do a good job. Make sure the tile's straight. Bye.
I am shoving it down deep, and I will eat my feelings while I'm away. And then when I come back, I will purge and get back on the Peloton. That's how it'll work. I'm compartmentalizing.
Okay. If this was not a health situation with COVID, would you still be staying? Would you be there and be ready to greet them, coffee in hand and a spyglass to watch their every move? How is this different than what having 2 floors of your home refloored?
So I could just board the dogs and live here, like bring food upstairs and sneak out and do whatever I have to do. But I have 2 teenagers who are incapable of change and going with the flow. I mean, if we were single adults, we would do it, but we're going to plant roots somewhere else.
No, so you're saying that in ordinary time, you wouldn't, you probably would end up sort of leaving these, you wouldn't really be involved in the installation either. You wouldn't consult with them or
no, probably not.
Sort of supervise or make sure this is the floor that gets the wood and that's the floor that gets the tile.
Well,
like none of that.
We have a contractor who knows all of those things who'll be here innie outie the whole time, and he is who I am putting all of our faith in right now, which might be an enormous mistake, but we'll see. Look, if the kids were at camp like they were supposed to be, I would just board the dogs and live upstairs in my room and sneak out and get food, have it delivered, have a little pulley system from my window, and I would use.
So tell me, so you are boarding the dogs?
We are. Yeah.
Oh, they're not coming. I was like, are you going to be able to take them with you?
No,
Yay.
It's so much work. No. There's so much work. Right now, we have all of the furniture in like the entire house pretty much moved to one room.
Oh, wow.
And the dogs do not know what to do with themselves. The whole place echoes like fucking crazy. And they can't, there's no couch, there's no chair, there's nothing to lay on. It's just hardwood everywhere. And they're kind of miserable because they're unnapped. You know, dogs sleep a good portion of the day when the 2 of them are not out there wrestling with each other and the third one looking at them like, can I play? Can I play? Can I play? So while cleaning up our floors and moving everything to one side of every part of our house to get to clear everything out, right. I told you we found some wrappers from 2016, right. 2017, 2018, 2019, and don't fucking lie to me, 2020. Why are the children we raised capable of breaking 1,400 on the SATs, hitting that ceiling, going past there, but cannot cover their own ass? Don't you feel like it is a more important life skill to be able to hide your candy wrappers from your mother than it is to get a 1520 on the SATs?
Well, I'll say this about them. It took a pipe leak for you to walk into that closet. Somebody's getting 1,400 on the SAT, and it ain't you.
Okay. I understand.
Yes, your children are dumbasses and they should throw their shit out.
Why?
I'm on your team and they're dumb and wrong and rude and dumb and wrong.
And just because my kids are eating sweet tarts and your kids are eating cheese does not mean that it's not all kids.
Oh my God, the cheese. He left cheese before he left.
All right, so what have you found? Amy's oldest has gone to college. How, at first, you've spoken with him and he seems to be doing well.
This is the end of the official today, marks the end of the first full week of classes. So he's been dealing with classes. He's already had an assignment he's had to turn in. So they hit the ground running.
Great.
Yeah. And we knew based on some forms that he needed and stuff that couldn't happen until a certain date, we're actually going to see him this weekend. So maybe that's the other reason that I wasn't too crazy boohoo, because I knew in 2 weeks I'll be able to, grab a hold of him again. So that happens coming up this weekend. He is not really interested in talking on text. So I have been really good. And in the beginning, I would send one text a day. In the very beginning, before a roommate showed up, before anything was going on, before he was sort of alone on the moon, he would send us the text. Did you see this? Just stupid stuff that he's finding on social media. So he was reaching out, and then that slowed down dramatically.
Yeah, because he had other ears
when the girls arrived. So anyway, yeah, now he is living the dream. And what I found out is that when he is on Insta, I didn't know this because I could give a fuck. Evidently, everyone in the world knows that there's a way you can talk to people on Insta like a regular text.
DM, yeah.
Yeah, I believe the kids call it a DM. Sure, they do. Or whatever it is. It's the little flag up in the top right.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? I'm here to look at the picture now. I got to text you? It's stupid.
So he's gone. You've got 2 left. You walk into his room.
He talks on that thing. So I'm able to communicate, and it'll be back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And through that back and forth, I learned that some things that we were missing were on a tray. Because he used a tray to carry some shit upstairs. And when I located this tray, what did I find? What would be on the tray?
Cheese.
Yes, you're correct. So 3-week-old cheese is on a tray.
I love this boy.
Stupid fuck. And here's my favorite part. If I wasn't already mad about the molding cheese on my fucking tray now, there was also a pot holder that's been missing, and he had emptied an entire box of the only kind of good cracker that we have in the house. So when the good cracker came in, he took the whole box, put it in a 2-big bowl, put it on a tray, carried it upstairs, and let them sit without eating them.
Waste.
So now they're soggy, sad, stale, soft crackers.
What is the best cracker, by the way?
Why, they are the pita cracker from Trader Joe's. They are delicious. They are the best cracker you'll ever have. You should make all the other crackers stand in front of you while you eat it so they can feel their shame.
Pita crackers from Trader Joe's.
Pita cracker. I will send you a picture of the front of the box.
Do that if you ever get another one.
Because they're so good that even the whole wheat version is worth eating. You know that shit's good when you're eating whole wheat and you don't mind it.
Wow.
Don't bother buying it. But if you were forced to, it's close enough to the real thing. You just got to get the right one. They're so good.
So, what's it like? Are you okay with 2 kids? Everything's like a little easier, not easier.
A lot of things are easier. I'm starting to remember that a lot of things are easier. It's all hard. We've got COVID. We've got a middle schooler. We've got a high schooler. They're going back in person. So, we've talked about this.
Right.
So there's lots of pile on the crazy stress more, but we're back into a place where we haven't been in a while, which is everybody fits in the car now. So
without touching somebody else.
Well, 4 people in a car is reasonable. 5 people where
Touching.
3 people in the back seat are grown ass adults. They're not chronologically, but in body size, they're all 6 foot.
They're touching.
Giant.
There's no need to touch in a car, especially if you're going to more.
So
than...
we're down to reservations for 4 people. We're down to, we can all sort of sit on the couch without somebody on the floor, even though they prefer that anyway. It's some things are. Easier is not the right word.
Convenient.
Different and not better,
convenient.
But not worse.
They're convenient.
It's not better, but it's not worse.
That's part of the reason we didn't have a 3rd child is hotel rooms.
Backseat, right? Yeah.
Hotel rooms.
Backseat of the car.
4 people can fit in a hotel room. Once you have 5 people, you need a second room.
Yeah.
You really do. Especially
come on.
Since we breed them large. We are tall people. Whatever happened to family dinner?
I think round the clock work, perhaps, along with, round the clock schedules for every fucking person.
The schedules is what really fucks me up because, the kids don't wake up till time X and they have a meal at that time, which you would think would be lunch, but then there's a 2:30 or 3 o'clock meal that they have. And because they're mobile with cars, it might not be, it's a meal they bring in. So it's pretty substantial and not just a little bit of cold cuts on a piece of bread and just a little something that you ate. So then when it comes time to dinner, I'm not hungry or I don't want this or I'm too full. I'm going out with a friend. I kind of miss family dinner. And
but talk to me about your family dinner. And I say this with all of the love. I know you know it, but I want to clarify for anybody listening. You weren't making a fucking family dinner. Family dinner was the family meal. For me, family dinner is and was I'm putting on a family. I'm doing it. So for us to get together and eat at the same time, that doesn't count. That does happen.
How could
frequently.
you say that?
Because that's not a family. The family dinner is when my husband or myself or both of us make the dinner. That's the regular thing. We're as we have added children and responsibilities and hours to the day and all the rest of it, we've only cooked less, not more. When we had little kids, we cooked every single meal.
Yeah.
There was no going out. There was no
did too.
takeout. There was no nothing. What?
I
Well, then
did
why are
too.
you always saying I don't cook?
Well, I prepared things for them because you can't go out and bring in super healthy food. And at least I was trying to food train them.
Yes.
Better when they're little to eat things with color in it, like peppers of all shades and things like that. Color is good. Good.
So what happened?
Ethan, on his way home from work at the bakery, stopped and got himself a chicken parm sub. Hero, hoagie. Where do you
Yeah,
live?
because I'm just hungry, Mom, and I don't fuck your schedule and your point of view, and I don't care about you, and I'm on my own. I got a car and a job. Suck it.
That's exactly what I heard.
I know. I've been talking to Frank down in the basement. I understand fully how this child operates. He's down there picking up some leftover snack scraps.
Wrappers. I can't imagine what he saw because today was our last day to sweep up down there. We found a whole new pile.
Who would even think to refelt a fucking pool table? Which I guarantee you, without any evidence, your favorite phrase of mine. I guarantee you that shit don't need to be refelted.
Well, it had
Were you changing the color?
We are.
Or are you just going to line it with like sheets of dollar bills that haven't been cut?
We are changing the color because we discovered it was like a dark charcoal that when you have little kids who are learning to play pool, they miss and they scrape up the felt and it gets all like you see the lines and tracks. And I figure if we're going to keep playing, we should get a lighter color felt so you don't see the. And I asked, and here's something ingenious. You get the chalk that matches the felt.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've chalk of many colors. It's just like that coat.
Joseph's coat?
That's the one.
Was it
he is
red
he's
and
he's
yellow,
a snooker player,
green,
frankly, but yes.
Brown, scarlet, black, ochre,
All
peach,
good.
ruby, olive.
Sheep gonna scurry.
Yes.
That's the one.
That's one of my favorite musicals, by the way.
Why? I mean,
I don't
good.
know. No, I really don't know. I loved the idea of a proud asshole brother being thrown in a pit to die for his behavior because I have a brother that
Oh, that's why. See, I don't even know it. This is Oklahoma where the people are singing about the corn.
No.
That's not. The sheep gonna scurry and a thing with a fringe on top is Oklahoma.
No, but when I was talking about the felt color, it was Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that one either.
Oklahoma can suck it. Joseph is
That's
excellent.
why I said, why is Oklahoma your favorite
not.
musical ever? I was like, honey.
No, it's up there.
Yeah.
Still Hamilton, but it's up there. I can't compare Joseph and Hamilton.
Yes. Nor should we.
I did give up on Joseph the last time I saw it because there's an entire child chorus in it, and I can't hear children sing without wanting to bludgeon my eardrums and hit whoever's sitting next to me.
Take it out on the kids, man. Why are you don't self-harm? You should aim that at the source.
Yes.
That's always the way.
So the source kids decide that they want to eat a Pop-Tart at this random hour. And because we are in a weird sleep schedule, weird timing thing, I'm left with no family dinner. I'm left having a bowl of milkless cereal and no protein anywhere. Like I just
milkless cereal.
Yeah.
Oh God,
it's gross.
Lord.
Oat drink cereal. Anyway, last night my son wanted Honey Grow. Do you have that by you? It's a Honey Grow.
Honey Grow.
Yeah.
What is that?
You pick the base. It could be an egg noodle. It could be a rice noodle. It could be rice. It could be whatever. And then you pick protein, and they kind of like walk it up for you.
We have a very similar scenario. It's called core life. And you basically build a plate or you build a bowl or you build a whatever. And it starts in exactly the same way.
Healthy though, right?
Are you starting with rice? Are you starting with rice, quinoa, or greens of some kind, or
a noodle?
Who knows? Yeah, maybe there is that. And then you put on whatever else the thing is.
Would you like shrimp or?
And behind them is like this million. It's like you're in a farm stand and they just go pluck, 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 pluck.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a Subway, but if it had good food that was actually food. You know, Subway sandwich where
Gross.
They say, how would you like me to make
nasty.
it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's super, super sick.
So I said, that's great. You're not going out. You went out and brought back a chicken parm sub for lunch. Tonight for dinner.
You're going to be making it and paying for it.
I'm ordering Chinese and you're going to fucking
franc.
eat whatever I get.
Well, talk me through that.
What?
Do you have the world's pickiest little ass heads in your house?
No.
So they'll eat food. They'll eat a variety of food. Okay, so you don't have children. You don't understand what it's like to be a parent of more than one
I never
child.
had a kid who would only eat white food and who would only have chicken tenders and bread.
No. It's not that at all. But it is in the same category of okay, and the answer is in my house, guess you're going to be hungry. So, but that turns into another problem in the sense that I really don't like that style. I really don't like that restaurant. Can't we pick someplace else? So there's no pleasing everybody at one time. So there's always one person, sometimes more than one person, who's really fatoutsed about the choice if we're going out.
That's a
right?
good word.
Or even to make the food. They get really bent. And then you're left with, do I want to try to be accommodating?
Everyone? Is this setting a terrible precedent to try?
If it is just whatever the objectionable item is, you can swap out that protein for something else, or there's always an egg or whatever the hell that is. But it's also like, there's starting to get in. We're very close to having all teens in the house. We got one still hanging on, but then soon enough, they're going to be all teens. At that point, don't you get to just say, sorry, you're fucked this meal? I mean, at what point is that even as a parent? Or do you never care? Do you never care? It's like, well, this is the meal.
I hear you saying that, but I've been places with you before where you've made 7 different types of pasta in the same murky water, and you've taken a flat strainer and just scooped out this shape and made another one. Like you're a fucking machine who all you do is accommodate. So I thought,
well, there's a lot of food. There's easy to cook. It's not that hard. So that's kind of a thing. It really comes down to, and I'm not cooking, even though I am cooking 8 meals for 97 people. It's not like that. It's just a variation of this one or that one or this one. When it's picking a restaurant, that's what's hard because there is no glorious restaurant.
You can find something there. We did it this way.
Yes.
You will find something, and tomorrow, because your mother doesn't cook, or the next time we go out, you will choose the restaurant, and that's how it'll work. And we will all lump it, but I am not. There's something, even if you don't like Japanese food, fine. Teriyaki isn't really Japanese food. Fool yourself. Her name is Teriyaki. She's just the woman who made it for you.
Even as I hear you say this back to me, we don't have this problem. Yes, we in a sense that what I was hoping you were going to do was give me the solution to this problem. And instead what you're telling me is, nope, that's the problem.
No, we say you will find something.
That's exactly how we handle it in our house.
Okay.
And I don't love it. And it's not great because there's always at least one person who is compromising and not winning.
Tomorrow you'll be the winner.
In many cases, nobody wins. So, and it's not because there's, a meltdown that happens. That's not it. It's just the reality of why is there not. I was really asking, are we the only family that always seems to have, why can't we pick a fucking restaurant that makes everyone happy? Or do other families have like 90, they can go to any restaurant and everyone's smiling? Like, where's that family? I would like to punch them in the tit. That's the one
I was going to tell you that we're pretty good almost anywhere we go unless somebody's craving something and somebody else is not having it. And where I grew up, there was this magical place called The Diner. And at this magical place called The Diner, where my family ate out of 7 days, I would say we ate there almost 4 nights a week.
Are you kidding
On
me?
the regular. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Freeman. How are you? Hey, kids, you're getting so big. I'm like, I saw you yesterday. So.
I am stunned. I'm stunned at this news. Stunned.
Do you want to be even more stunned?
I don't think I can be more stunned.
I can stun you. So first of all, my point was at a diner, you can get anything. You want Italian, you get Italian. You want sushi, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could get sushi.
I just for the sake of my little cherubs, I do just want to say it's the leading up to the decision. Once the decision is made, yeah, we all know. I know what I'm getting when I go there.
Right.
I just didn't feel like getting. So it's not like,
it doesn't last all night.
I'm gonna move my drink back and forth in a rough manner for the whole dinner. Like that shit doesn't happen. But I would wish that it doesn't take 29 minutes for us to come to some sort of a group consensus on a place that still doesn't please 100% of the people. But tell me, how am I going to be shocked? So you're at the diner, where it's the infinite menu, right? Well, we were in the South, diners and us. Sadly, we're hurting for diners. Okay,
you are. We're hurting, and we're not even in the South.
Yeah.
So when we would go to the diner on the regular, very regular, we were told by three of us, by our parents, we're only out tonight for a light bite.
Yeah, I know that.
Do you know that? That's
a lie. That's a lie. They're telling you a lie.
Well, they're saying, don't get yourself the Thanksgiving dinner with the turkey, the mashed potatoes, the gravy, the green beans, and the whatever little pie that comes with it, because we're not paying for that. You can get yourself the rabbit from the kids' menu. Mom, I'm shaving. Like, I'm clearly not. You can get yourself the spaghetti with whatever sauce, a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, they told us a light bite means you keep it under like $6 and you can eat tonight. And if it's over $6, you're not eating here tonight.
Sit in the car.
Enjoy that bread basket with the sesame covered breadsticks, which I still dream about. They were the best. They probably have those at Trader Joe's that are slamming too.
They do. They have a variety of those. Now, when you talk about sesame covered breadsticks, I imagine the old fashioned ones that are actually crunchy, as opposed to like a soft.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Those are more like a sesame stick, as opposed to calling it a breadstick.
That you open the little cubes of butter and you scrape the butter off the top of it, and and the whole thing
are singing my song.
Just melts in your mouth. Oh,
I bet you can get that. I bet you can get that in traditional East Coast Atlantic style beach where you're heading that we won't name. I bet you can. I bet that still happens in some sort of a diner area that probably has a sailboat indoor with a walk-up bar where they put like those giant pewter tubs to keep all the stuff cold.
Yeah. That sounds...
1983 is back in action.
That sounds fantastic if you bring it into my brother-in-law's backyard, because
get
I'm
your
not
wedge
leaving
salad
the
and a cup of French onion soup. You're ready to go.
That's it. Were you there? So basically,
no lava cake here.
So basically, Melba toast scraping in that butter.
Oh, the Melba.
Right, Melba toast, and then the sesame sticks, which
die
for. So
now, wait. Okay, you were never allowed to. Let's just say you were never allowed to get a piece of pie in the diner. I know. I already knew without any proof. Wow. Okay. I'm getting a picture.
If it was your fucking birthday, you might be able to get the
chocolate. To look at the pies? Yeah.
The chocolate pudding. If it was like a special occasion, there was like pudding you could have. Once, that mousse that comes in a shell.
Yes.
There's a shell, like a...
Yeah.
On top of the mousse that you have to crack through, that chocolate shell to get to the chocolate mousse. That was like, if you had a band concert, and after the concert, that's what you were
named. You were named like top bandette for the year, or whatever it is, or you won the English award.
Right, you can't just show up.
You could split it with your two brothers.
Oh yeah. 7 spoons. Yeah, that's how we roll. Right. But the light bite is really what got me, because we go to a restaurant now. All right, Ethan went out to dinner with a friend. And they sat outside, and it was one of the Beyonce fans was blowing like everything out of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And he came home, and we said, how was your buddy? You haven't seen him in like a year. It was a camp friend. How was it? I don't know why they come home and they go to their room. You come home and you report to your parents. It's just what you do. You hear that we come home and you've been home, you come downstairs and say hello. You wake up, you come say hello. These are all things.
You're so charming.
These are all things my kids don't do. So we're like, hello. So he comes in, we're in bed, and we said, what'd you get? What'd you order? I'm so curious. I am my Nana. I go out on a date, she'd be waiting for me, and I came home and she'd say, what'd you eat? Like, all she wanted to know was what I ate. I miss her so much. Oh my God. So he said, I got a pork chop.
Oh, what? Is he 70?
I said, it's 100 degrees. You're sitting outside with a huge fan in your face.
Where? How do they even sell it? What?
You gotta, I said,
a pork chop?
We've never served, eaten, ordered. He's never seen it from us before. But
what did the friend get?
I think he
got a black coffee.
He got like a quesadilla or something, I would
something
say.
Reasonable.
Normal.
Yeah, okay.
Don't use that word. Normal.
Oh my God.
What'd you get? And I said, did you get applesauce too? He's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, okay, never.
What is
that?
He
knows, but like pork chops and applesauce.
Thank you. Ain't that swell?
So, so I don't understand how I went from a generation where I couldn't order anything that wasn't just plain cheese on plain bread and eat what's free at the table.
Thank you.
And by the way,
see those saltines? Get to know them.
Yes.
That's getting.
Ooh, saltines. We went to nicer diners than that. I'm telling you, sesame
Oh, you had the
sticks and
captain's
Melba
wafers,
toast.
did you? You had some captain's wafers. What's up, hot stuff?
And he just walks in and
high dollar
on our credit card orders a fucking pork chop. Like, what is happening?
Somehow I missed the part where you paid for the meal.
Yeah.
I thought he was using his big bakery money.
No, I told
That's
him.
that's some big bakery money right there, getting a pork chop.
I told him he's spending that in college when he goes to school. That's his spending money for college. And he said, you're not giving me spending money for college? And I said, why? You've been working so hard. That's what this money goes to. You know, your birthday comes, we buy you other shit that you want / need / you don't need anything. Shut the fuck up. Stop saying I want. But he seemed kind of shocked when I said that money in an account where it's sitting is going to be divided monthly and come to him when after we pay for your meal plan and you need pizza 2 hours later. That's your money, dude. That's your money. That's not my money. I paid for your meal plan. I paid for the pork chop you had earlier tonight. If you need pizza, that's you. Hundy, you. All right. I've been putting it off, but it's time. The item you put on our board.
What? What'd I put on?
Cardi B.
Oh, God. Well, I'll tell you this. I didn't know what it was.
What?
So, what am I know from fucking Cardi B? I think she's fantastic. It's great. I love you. But, I mean, I don't have it queued up to listen. And then I kept seeing this WAP all over my feed. All over both feeds, Instagram and Facebook. The only two that I bother with. Okay, so I kept seeing WAP and then WAP. And it was this weird thing where everybody was getting really rude and misogynistic. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now I got to learn another acronym and be insulted by it. Like, I've got to figure out what it is first, then get up in arms, then come up with some kind of ticky-tick-tack-tack response. It was just like, what the hell? So fortunately for me, I went over to the Google and I said, Mr. Google, what is WAP? And don't tell me it's an Italian girl. I already fucking know that, right? So he brought up a picture of Cardi B and some other person who I know, but I forget. And the two of them were standing there smiling. And I thought, oh, it's a song. Okay. So I played this song and oh my sweet Jesus God. It's a little graphic. Am I the last person on the planet? Is this like a 6-year-old song that I'm just now hearing?
No. It's new. It's Megan Thee Stallion, which is a very... Really?
She looks like somebody that you already know. But anyway, when you see her, I'm like, I've seen you.
No, it's from this year. It's a 2020 song. I believe it just came out. But
it's fucking slamming. First of all, it's fucking slamming. It makes Missy Elliott seem like a prude.
There are whores in the house.
Oh my God!
All right,
you're not gonna play it, are you? You gonna? Play
you can't. You're
snippet?
not allowed to.
All right. So it starts out, and they start singing. I'm trying to even remember how it goes. There's some whores in this house, is what this dude singing.
When Amy says to me, this should be our theme song.
It should be our theme song.
Not our theme
It's
song.
so good. It's so good.
So,
it's like you're bouncing along. It's great. But here's my thing with this stuff, okay? I just would love to be a part of the creative process where they say, so, what do you guys think we should sing about today? What sort of song are you moved to
We're going to
write?
remake this on our next
How should we express ourselves? What should we be talking about? What's important? Well, what's fun? What brings us joy and happiness? I know. Let's describe our genitals as dumping out buckets full of poop and then talk about mopping it up.
I'm sorry,
with
did
some
you
man's
just
face.
censor yourself?
I don't even know how to, the amount of shit in this thing. I can't decide. I'm too busy grinning from ear to ear with absolute respect to fully acknowledge the mortification and embarrassment that I have in listening to it. It's this simultaneous, what the fuck? This is shocking and awful and I love it and I want some more.
I only have half of it. I don't have any shame or shock or
rolled up to your next PTA meeting. There's some whores in this house and mop it with a bucket and swipe your nose up my
a credit card. Yes. First of all, Lordy, Cardi B. Obviously, you've been listening to the lyrics, and it's fucking brilliant.
It's hard not. She's hilarious. Just straight up talking. It's a rap. It's not like you miss it.
It is hilarious.
It's difficult to forget.
Funny and brilliant. And I think I don't even like her. I'll be honest.
What? Why?
I don't think.
Come on.
Because there's a degree of class typically that she is wildly missing in half of the fights she started online in the past. But this Cardi B, this fucking song.
She doesn't get into fight. Oh, here's where it works for me. I don't know nothing from what she talks about in fights on the internet.
Oh.
But here's what I do know. She picks fights with the U.S. government. And I like that. If she's fighting with other people over their natural hairstyles or who likes to have, I don't even, fast food burgers. What could she be arguing about? Who knows? But she does get in there and say, where's my fucking money, IRS? I'm not paying you shit. Where's my money? I want my fucking refund. And that's what I like. I like that.
This song blew me away. And then, of course, the grumble that you were talking about is like Ben Shapiro, who listens to it, who's a very far right Republican pundit who said,
know who that is, thankfully for me.
Who, by the way, is a Jewish guy, which is making my nana roll over in the grave because she's, I don't know if you have this on the Italian side, but when we were younger, if somebody committed a crime and it turned out he was Jewish, people would whisper it. They would say, "Oh, can you believe he's a Jew?" Like they are mortified by it. You make other people think poorly of us. How could you do this to our entire race of people? And so my nana's son of Sam was a serial killer who happened to have been Jewish, and I know. She was just like, I cannot believe he did this to us. It was like a personal affront.
After all we fucking try to do, this is how you're going to act.
After all we tried to instill in you, this is what you do. This is how you say thank you to our people.
Yeah. So, nice job, Sam.
So I'm sure Nana is rolling at the fact that this fucking asshole who gets on his weekly, daily show, I'm sure it's daily, I don't listen, and says, is this what women fought for?
Yeah.
That's exactly what women fought for, you asshole. Yeah. He says, my wife tells me if that's what's coming out of your pussy, and he can't even say it.
That's what it was. Okay, so that was how I even came to know this whole thing occurred. Somehow, some way, someday. So this thing shows up in my feed where some douchey McGee had to ask his wife.
Yes.
And his wife, who is a doctor, comes back with some bone-ass, pussy-dry comment saying, like, if you have that much fluid excreted from your vaginal area, then you must have, schistosomosis.
Right.
And I'm like, guess what else? You ain't been boned in about 80 years, you old lady.
And do you doubt it with Ben Shapiro as your husband?
Up in your cooch, and we got to listen to you now and your stupid husband. So I'm like, why are they talking? What's WAP? So I was like, what does WAP mean? What is that? Because I hear WAP. I mean, that's a pretty specific meaning to a young Italian girl. So I was actually quite pleased to realize, it's just a song. And for the first part, honestly, when I kept seeing WAP, WAP, and everybody and all the brothers were coming in and saying, shut up, they can say what they want, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, does WAP mean women rap? Like, honestly, I thought WAP was women rap for a while.
Stuart.
And isn't that like instead of rap? It was like WAP.
Like women of rap or women.
I don't know. I was like, what is it? So I looked it up and then I was like, oh no. It's incredibly graphic, explicit sex talk.
Brilliant.
About the lady parts.
Yes. It was, the fucking song is amazing. You have to hear it
delightful.
at least once a day. But
it's delightful.
Stuart said, how do they get away with playing that? I said, well, there is a cleaner version.
What? No, that's no good.
It's Wet and Gushy is the cleaner version. And I'm like,
no.
I'm like,
so bring a towel. No, that's like, put a hot dog in my roll. People have been doing this shit for a long time, folks. Clean
and
up.
yes, Ben fucking Shapiro, who will never hear my voice in his lifetime. I'm here to tell you this is exactly what women fought for. This is exactly why we are the ones who can talk about our genitalia without being misogynistic, without talking as a man about grabbing them. We own this. This is our word. These are our words to share. And she does it in a way that makes me laugh so hard.
The song or his dry bone wife? Yeah.
Yeah, she's just so great. And yeah, maybe if your wife...
That's the thing that I was trying to say at the beginning, and I didn't really get it. If you were to be a rap artist, I know that's in your, your dream kit.
Yeah,
so when you break out with your number one rap hit, are you going to be singing about your super lubadoob, pud? Or are you going to pick something else? Like it takes a certain kind of person who can, I just picture standing up on stage with your family in the audience or who knows what, in front of God and everybody. And here we go. And now, not only am I going to tell you what I got in my pants, let me describe it in detail. And, here,
spaghetti in a bucket.
Going.
Yeah.
Let's bring a mop and a bucket. For the love of God. Shit is
and then she describes what she needs to satisfy her. And her
wasn't there like a big old pole sit on it for a couple of weeks?
A wet ass pussy, yeah. Like she likes to be hurt, and she likes to be like. Why is it so wrong?
They have different tastes. You can tell because they trade this rap back and forth between the two of them, and one likes the credit card swipe, and the other likes some ass play. There's a whole bunch of very, very illuminating information in this.
By the way, our next gathering, since we don't really have one on the books right now, our next women's weekend, we are absolutely rewriting this song with our own words. First off, and second of all, why can't she sing about this? Like
she can. I'm saying it takes a certain kind of person to own it in a way. Like not everybody can be Missy Elliott. And it didn't take it on one level. It took Missy Elliott to get here. It took Cardi B to get here and to continue and keep going and bring it more of it. Not everybody in the same way that completely outside of gender, even though that's a huge factor here. Not everybody can be Alice Cooper. I'm just saying there's a specific kind of person. Just to put it into a totally specific, what I'm trying to say is you got to be a certain kind of person to think, all right, we're talking about the pussy today, and let me lay it all out for you in wet detail.
Here's how I like it. Here's how I need it.
Here's how I like it.
And here's how I clean it up.
Keep it dirty. Yeah, so I'm just saying.
Do you think
it's a skill set?
This broke out when Digital Underground came out with the Humpty Dance, and in '69, my Humpty nose will tickle your rear. Like, do you really think everybody went, oh, could you had sex in a Burger King bathroom? Okay, well, first of all, that's disgusting. A Burger King bathroom? That's disgusting. She's talking about
even the way he says it makes you feel like I don't ever want to eat there again. Just the sound of his voice when he says it.
I love him.
So I love that song, but every time he says that line, I'm like, you make me question that meat. So in any event, I'm just here to say,
yes,
right?
Say it.
That this has been going on for a super long time, and there's people that can get away with it, and people that can't.
There are holes in the house.
There's some holes in this house. You know what? Music is such a fantastic medium. It is meant for the people who do it. And I can't even express to you what I'm trying to get at here. There's only one David Bowie, God rest him. You know what I mean? Only he could do the things that he did. And this is in that same category. It just makes me laugh that sex is the topic. But I also know somewhere in there, it only works that sex is the topic. Because that's part of the... I can't shock you. I don't give a fuck if you're shocked because I'm too busy getting my nuts
scratching
off or
that
whatever
itch,
it is.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so it's anyway. It's just
it was joy.
Delightful.
The song is joy.
It's super charming. So for your next parents' night, gang, I invite you to screen some WAP. Is that even how you say it?
Yeah.
How do you, is
WAP?
it?
Yeah. WAP.
So you don't say WAP, it would be WAP? Because it's Wet Ass Pussy is the name of the song.
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the name of the song.
So
or Wet and Gushy.
It's only WAP because you can't actually play Wet Ass Pussy, right? It would have to be
right.
WAP
but
or whatever, WAP.
Salt and Peppa had some really great, It's None of Your Business. I mean, you know that song, It's None of Your Business? It's one of my all-time favorite songs. Talking about a girl going out getting hers and what's other people's opinions. Fuck you. It's none of your business. Hi, buddy.
Prince is another one. There is nobody that can sing some of that dirty Prince shit like Prince. You just can't. Sorry. I don't care who you are.
Did I tell you I did a Prince Peloton ride with our friend Crit?
I've got to pause. That's a very distressing sentence. That's a very distressing
sentence. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
What he does not belong on your bike.
They must have gotten permission. Like, don't they have to get permission for all of the music?
Even that feels sad.
Right, because his
family's
family's making money.
It's Prince. We have to follow the rules. None of this fits.
Yeah,
oh, for God's
his
sake.
music.
How was your Prince ride?
His music was being used for like a Pepsi commercial or something. His family has completely sold out, and it's upsetting to listen to. But the girls who did the ride, there were 2 instructors, they had wild information. If you are on Peloton, I think we have a listener who's following me because I approved.
I'm not, but I'm going to butt in here. You know, my husband has started expressing interest in a rowing machine a la Peloton. There's like a rowing club thing. And you know, I used to row for a while. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get a rowing machine. Sure. And the second I said it, I thought
it'll be here in 24 hours.
And that's how cults are made. That's how cults are made.
Right. But I'm going.
It's that easy. They get you.
They do. I'm going to recommend getting the bike, but not drink, or the rower.
No,
we're
not. Well, they don't have a Peloton rower. This was some different. Is there such a thing as a Peloton rower?
I think there is a rowing thing where you can be out on the Charles. They have.
But are you on the bike or is it properly an erg?
It's an erg.
Oh, I'm not going to tell him that because then you need special. Anyway, I fortunately for me, I have not looked into it.
Yeah. I bet you he has because you nodded your head slightly.
No, he mentioned it to me and showed me the device, and I thought all he loves to do is make fun of me for all of the equipment that I keep putting in the exercise room so that we can close that door and walk past it. So. And he's like, I'm not buying another. Because I always say that I'm going to go do the George Foreman, and that makes him crazy because I can never remember the name of it.
The grill?
I bought one of these things because I'll leave that part of the story out. But I bought it, and I just switched it in my head that it was the George Foreman. And I would say I'm going to go do the George Foreman because it's another TV personality, and I'm the whole time I'm sitting here trying to think of who it is. He's there with Christy Brinkley,
yes,
and they do kung fu. So it's So we have the George Foreman exerciser. It's like a
do you
Pilates
hate us
thing.
right now?
It's the Chuck Norris. It's the Chuck Norris.
Yeah, it's
but I don't remember what
Foreman.
the name of the fucking thing is. Anyway, so I say I go do the Chuck Norris.
We have one of those.
You do?
Stuart said, "Can you make it smaller so we can slide it under something?" Because because the only thing I use now is that fucking bike. Dear listener, I want to let you know it's not over. I just want to let you know that you can find us on all the social medium at Listen Brilliant. You can write us brilliant observations at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, so you can tell us.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
How you feel about Cardi B. I don't really care how you feel about her. I want to know how you feel about this song because I'm not a huge Cardi B fan. Everything I feel like they're doing now is remixing in songs that we loved with a great bass line, and they're putting in their own music with it, which is fine. But when I start singing the songs in the car that are the background, my kids are like, what the fuck? How do you know this song? Because I was born in the 70s. That's how I know this song, you dope. What are your thoughts on, did women fight for the right to sing about their wet ass pussies?
Pussy.
We gotta fight for the right.
You're right.
Yeah, or wet and gushy, how they clean it up, which is, I mean.
And I just want to say you're welcome to everybody listening on headphones or perhaps playing this on a speakerphone.
For screaming. I'll try to adjust it in post.
It does say explicit. I mean, we're not hiding.
Oh my God, it's such a good song. If you haven't heard it yet, clear the kids from the room, sit down and listen and enjoy it because it's enjoyable. We went to go get alcohol, the the whiskey, whatever,
the peanut drink.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Do you see how bad? Do you see?
It does sound horrible when you say
there's
peanut
no
drink.
way to make it nice. All right, keep going.
I made it nice for this trip, and I didn't go in the store because I limit my exposure. So Stuart ran in, and I put the song on, and that bass line in the Tesla was like, douche, douche, douche. I'm like, oh my God, I'm one of those people now. It's great.
Yeah, you were buying peanut whiskey in a Tesla, banging it out to Cardi B.
Yeah, I'm an enigma.
Something ain't right.
I'm an enigma.
Right.
Yeah, a compilation of joy, pump it up, and pain. Keep it going, keep it going
now.
Sunshine. Yeah.
And rain.
Easy. Your husband posted that like today's t-shirt day. Did he get new t-shirts?
Oh my God, he did. I woke up to them and they're actually nice. They're very fun.
I saw them. They're lovely.
Day. Every day is t-shirt day in this house. So yesterday, 4 flyer shirts arrived and they're beautiful. They're the new batch of flyer shirts because last week 4 flyer shirts arrived. So it's every day is t-shirt day. Are you kidding? So what's funny about this, heartbreakingly sad for him, but he don't listen anyway. So
well, then why does he post it's t-shirt day to me?
Because they're fun. He likes every day is t-shirt day.
Okay.
He likes getting them. That's why he buys them. But here's what's interesting. It's going to be sad for him. He always pre-orders a whole new batch of MDen, which is the University of Michigan store, all the Michigan gear for the coming year for everybody, whether they want it or not. Here it comes. So he's ordered all this, and they've canceled football for this year.
Yeah.
So we have now a batch of, say it with me, collector's items.
Wow.
Because they're pre-ordered T-shirts for the season that will never be.
Right.
So now we have useless T-shirts, which are my favorite kind.
No, those are my favorite too. No, I think you can resell those, but he won't because he's a collector.
He won't. He's a collector, all right.
All right, dear listener, thank you for showing up, coming out, and definitely thank you so much. I'm going to do it in advance for writing to us and telling us how you feel about anything
There's
at
some
all.
whores in this house.
Yeah.
I've got to figure out how that sounds so when I sing it, I'm actually not making up the wrong song.
No, that was actually perfect, and I think that you should try to contact her and see if that could be our opening song.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
Or a closing song. Or how many bars we can play without getting in trouble.
Well, here's the thing. For the amount of revenue that we get on this show, I don't even think that it could possibly be seen as poaching. It's like playing it in your house.
Did you see how nice Therese was by saying, everybody jump on board and help support this podcast?
No, and
She's
gosh,
so
I would have thought so even without being told. That is wonderful.
She's so sweet.
Oh, I love it.
She's up to her neck in shit right now, but she's so sweet. All right, guys. Thanks for showing up, coming out, and the whole 9 yards. We love you.